I don't know because I don't know what's happening with him.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 6th edition of Déjà Roo, presented by Absolute Stone Design. I'm your host, Nathan Heinschel. Tonight, we'll be watching your Richmond Kickers face off against Crystal Palace FC, a London club that plays in the English Premier League. The friendly was played at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia on July 28, 2014. Now, I'm pleased to introduce my very distinguished guests. Joining me this evening are the host of River City 93, a podcast dedicated to the Richmond Kickers and soccer culture, Elliot Barr and Shanier Duran. Thank you both for joining me this evening to talk some kicker soccer. It is 6:30 after all, so that is the time to talk kicker soccer. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Can't complain. Not too bad. You know, most of the day trying to survive the Richmond heat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been 90 plus for the past 3 weeks straight.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Oh, yeah. If there was any reason to stay in your homes besides the pandemic, it's the Virginia heat. It's brutal right now. It's terrible.
I go outside and I start sweating bacon grease, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so funny.
Yeah, I'm already ready for personality season again. I just want to cuddle up in a hoodie. It's too hot outside right now.
Yeah,
that's why I don't understand why you don't like the winter. Like the winter time is perfect.
No, the fall is perfect. Spring and fall are perfect. They're the middle season. The winter is
spring is horrible because I got allergies.
Oh yeah, okay, well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Although it doesn't seem like allergies have ended. So my car was green yesterday. I had to go take it and get it washed. But we'll get some house cleaning done while we get the stream ready for the Crystal Palace game. Want to update some fans here who haven't already seen. We have our brand new 2020 line available on Richmond Kickers Shop. Just go to shop.richmondkickers.com. We got t-shirts, we got a tank top, we got long sleeve items, we've got new hats as well as everything else that was already on the site, jerseys. We've got our Kickers wristbands brought to you specifically by Rob Ucrop, as well as the Kickers neckies if you're looking for something to have a nice little face covering and rep the Kickers as well. Definitely got to give a shout out to the new black hoodie. Super nice. It's made out of like a t-shirt material, so you might be able to get away with wearing it in September as opposed to wait until November. And then, of course, we have our mystery starter pack. Selling like hotcakes right now, and they are a limited run, so get one while you can. They are sorted by size. We offer 3 out of over a dozen items inside the mystery pack, and try your luck. There might even be a throwback jersey in there. All items on our website are available for contactless pickup or shipping. Of course, with shipping, there's a process and handling fee involved. So with that out of the way, let's watch some kicker soccer because we've waited about the same amount of time that we have to wait for kickoff anyway.
Yeah, this is true. Man, look at City Stadium.
I miss that place.
Yeah, it certainly feels like a privilege and a curse sometimes. Like we have been going in doing stadium cleanup, getting everything prepped up for the start of the USL League One season. So it's been fun being back at City Stadium, and we've been like painting handrails, weed whacking everything. Like, you know, it's felt like Tim Allen in Home Improvement.
Man. Oh, it was on the pie chart. So my wife is a math teacher, and she was doing something with what was she doing? She was teaching kids something about like how to use a pie chart, and I guess she came up with guava, banana, coconut, and blackberry. I don't know. Oh, banana Hennessy? That would be nasty.
That would be disgusting. Coconut Hennessy. Coconut and guava Hennessy I can mess with. Blackberry and banana, we'll leave that out.
Anything blackberry is over the top disgusting.
Yeah, I was actually just reading a recipe on the New York Times where you can do homemade ice cream just in a mason jar. So maybe you could do some of those flavors for an ice cream then. Whatever doesn't make the Hennessy could make the ice cream mason jar.
That works.
Yeah, I know with it being peach season, I'm pretty ready.
Hey, there's a red Ari.
Yo,
give me goals or give me death. There, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, look at the Yambi one. That takes me bring back memories, yo.
Yambi the Warrior.
Yo, I missed the intersection though. It brings back memories, man.
Oh goodness!
Like we were supposed to be there today. Like this is supposed to be the first game Darren plays against FC Tucson. That was going to be something.
That was
I feel like he would have gone like full blown like we're running the score up today.
Yes. He what's that? He'd gone straight club heavy metal. Go at him.
So something that came up in our last Déjà Roo broadcast when I did it with Connor Shinowski and Matthew Delicott with the quarterfinal against Charleston Battery. Obviously, this game's from the 2014 season as well. What did you guys think of the gold numbers on the jerseys?
I loved it.
I mean, I remember some people were saying that it was because of the winning the season before. And there were some people that were like, "Oh, that's because of Bayern," and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, because I think Bayern and Real Madrid both had gold numbers.
They had both had gold numbers, and I think they were saying that Lee Calishaw was a Bayern fan. I'm like, isn't he a Liverpool fan?
I don't know. People say stuff, and I would be listening half the time.
But yeah, based on my wearing a Manchester United jersey in the front office on Fridays, I can assure you that Lee Calishaw is a Liverpool fan.
Oh yeah, no, I remember I went into the office a few months ago, and I walked in there with my Manchester United shirt, and he was like, "Yeah, you should be in here with that shirt on." I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Come on, Lee! Can't get along."
And of course, not pictured in our stream is our producer Patrick Wood, who is the Bayern Munich fan on staff.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Bayern. I have no problem with Bayern. And right now, I mean, I grudgingly can't really have too many problems with Liverpool because, I mean, goodness.
I mean, hey,
they've been fun to watch.
That clock is right twice a day.
That's true.
Yeah, we won't relitigate conversations that have happened since they've won the Champions League, but I'm just letting my coworkers know that I've kept receipts.
That's good. As you should. You should always keep receipts.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Gonna throw them on the old hard drive. I look forward to when we win another treble, reminding our Liverpool fans that. But it's fine. But anyway, so we got kickoff. One note for the game too, because this wasn't broadcasted. This was recorded. We are not going to have a game clock, so we will try and have a tally somewhere. I'm sure our producer has the ability to do that. Patrick.
You got 3 Man United fans on here. That's not going to happen. Well, look at it. You already turned the ball over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was inevitable.
Yambi, was it Kalunji? I think it was Kalunji, wasn't it?
Man.
Yeah, so our starting 11 in goal, Ryan Taylor. You had Yambi, Kalungi, Sasha Gores, Hugh Roberts, Samuel Asante, George Davis IV, Shea Spitz, Luke Verkalone, Matthew Delicott, and Jason Yisley. So,
man, memories. I actually have a couple of stories about Luke Verkalone, man. That he was a great guy, great guy.
Well, this would be the time to share him if you'd like.
Huh?
This would be the time to share him if you'd like.
Oh, I mean, he's the reason why I was able to kind of get my foot into coaching in Richmond, basically. Mm-hmm. He's the one who started the program in Richmond called the Little Kicks program, which is where, you have coaches that go to different preschools and introducing soccer to kids at an early age. During the time that he was the captain for the Richmond Kickers, he founded that. But I started coaching Little Kicks, and this was after I had started coaching a small neighborhood league in South Richmond for volunteering. And I went to him and, kind of sat down with him and confided in him, like, look, I want to really get into coaching. Because when I started coaching that neighborhood league, that's when I fell in love with coaching. I was like, I want to do this. And so I sat down with him and I was like, what do I do? How do I get myself into it? And he put me in contact with the right people. And that's when I started coaching. I actually started getting paid to coach thanks to Luke Verkalone. So,
well, shout outs to him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as Richard Hayes has said too, this was a pretty strong lineup. I mean, this is definitely one of the better kickers teams. Had a good playoff run that year, obviously, as we did the playoff game a couple of weeks ago. A lot of talent on the field.
Yeah.
First names that always jump out to you are always going to be like Yambi and Delhi, kickers legends at that point. So super cool that they had the opportunity to play against what was ostensibly like an actual full-sided Premier League squad. Crystal Palace brought their U23s. When you look at Crystal Palace's starting 11, which features the likes of Wayne Hennessy, Adrian Mariappa, Glenn Murray, Jason Punchin, Mile Jednak, who actually just retired today. Shout out to Mile Jednak. Yannick Balassi, Dwight Gale. I mean, this was a strong Crystal Palace side too. So very, very cool experience, I think, for everybody involved.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. One of the people that really stands out for me in this Richmond Kickers team is Hugh Roberts, because we really got to see like Hugh really get to start. Yep. And then of course where he is now at Charlotte. Like, I'm hoping and praying that he gets some kind of call up to that Charlotte MLS team. Because I
really feel like he might. It's close in coming, and I it's funny because just the other day I was listening to Total Soccer, and they were talking about him.
Yeah,
they were talking about how he needs to be on an MLS squad like ASAP because he's definitely a top center back.
It wasn't just Total Soccer talking about him. It was specifically on Charlotte MLS's Twitter with Ryan Bailey. They were on, and he's like, "What's a player that Charlotte MLS should look at?" And they were like, "Right here in your neighborhood, just go right down to Charlotte Independence and hit up Hugh Roberts." Obviously, just been an absolute beast.
God, yo,
I mean, he's been a beast ever since he was with the Kickers. Like, and it's been consistently going up. He's been consistently improving every season.
When I heard that he left, I think he left us to go to Pittsburgh. No, he left us to go to Bethlehem. And I was just like, man, we were missing out on one of the best center backs. Like, with him leaving, and I think Yami was getting closer to retirement, I think definitely that was the downfall of our defense.
That was a turning point. That was a big turning point for us because when we had the option of either Yambi and Hugh Roberts or Yambi and Kalunji at that time, it was like our center back pairing was all set because Yambi and Kalunji had already developed a chemistry as a center back pairing. And I think when Hugh Roberts came in, Yambi really was able to, hey, it's Bulow.
Oh, snap it is. We miss you, Bulow.
We miss you. But and Yambi and Hugh Roberts, I think they really clicked almost immediately.
Yeah.
So Yambi was like, whoever you put next to me, either of those two guys were good.
Because Yambi was more of the ball playing center back. And Hugh was like, oh, I'll go wherever you want me to go.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't remember what game it was, but I remember there was a game where for the most part, our center backs kind of stay back and they kind of distribute the ball out of the back or clear it or whatever. I remember there was one time, I think it was off a corner kick. He gets the ball at the top of our 18 and he just went with it. He just dribbled straight down the field and almost scored. He just took off with it. He said, "You know what? No one's open. I'm just gonna go." Yeah. It was amazing to see that.
You know what would be dope to see? Hugh Roberts and Akwe pair together.
Hugh Roberts and Akwe.
That would
have been insane.
It would have been a dope partnership to see.
I mean, especially Hugh Roberts now. Because I think Hugh Roberts then would have been it would have been basically two roaming center backs. Yeah. And it's like, who's going to sit? Yeah. But now Hugh Roberts has that maturity now. He definitely would be able to be that anchor that Akwe could definitely roam around.
Yeah, and he's definitely still in that like prime age category where he gets the benefit both from being like a wily veteran at this point in our league, being 28, but still relatively youthful and can take on opponents. He doesn't just have to have great positioning all the time to make up for maybe a decrease in athleticism. It's just he's the best of both worlds right now.
Yeah. Oh, there goes Luke. Oh, they took him out. That was another story about Luke Bergaloni. At one point, I started, especially it was around the time when the winter would roll around, the season would be off, and a lot of the guys would go meet at SCORE, which is an indoor soccer facility out here in Richmond, and I think on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and just play pickup indoor soccer. And I remember this was after Luke had left and gone to Colorado Springs Switchbacks, and he would come back to visit, and he was playing out there. And I remember like it was a running joke with a lot of the guys. So it was players and coaches and all of that. You had Ross McKenzie, you had Andy McIntosh, you had all of these guys who are basically.
Is that a chicken?
Now. Yes, it is.
I'm sorry. That was my ADHD that just kicked in. And I didn't realize that was a chicken.
Yeah, weird. It's a weird mascot game all around. You got the chicken there, and then you've got OG Kickaroo.
Was it chicken?
No, that was that.
That was when Chicken Fiesta was a sponsor.
Oh,
come back Chicken Fiesta.
Because Chick-fil-A is a cow. I remember there was one time they had a cow, and Red Army started chanting "Where were you on Sunday?" But yeah, those are running jokes with the guys. They would always say that like there's In Shape and then there's Luke Vercaloni In Shape because he never stopped running. Like when we were playing out there, he was wearing everybody out. And I was like, dude, we're just playing pickup. Come on.
It doesn't matter, man. Once it kicks off, just he turns into a different person.
He does, and that's the thing. Him and I think Yambi have in common that they're both very soft-spoken, very polite, very just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Put them on the soccer pitch, they turn into monsters, man.
I remember
Braden Troyer effect.
Yep.
Oh,
yes, that's another one. Troyer too.
So I'll never forget the moment. Troyer last year, I think it was the Greenville game. When he scored the header. So right before that, I think he gets fouled, like near that touchdown right where the Red Army was. And Troyer gets up and look at the green. I was like, what the? Do that again. I'm coming at you. And I'm just looking, I'm like, that's Troyer.
The same Braden Troyer? No way. Not my Braden Troyer.
Right? I remember that. He just blanked. I was like, what?
So
is that the same guy?
Yeah, I was like, that's just Troyer. And like also
like Andrew Luck, where when he gets sacked, he'd always like congratulate the defensive end. Hey, that was a good sack, good job, nice tackle. Like kill him with kindness.
Yeah, man. I mean, also like, my wife loves Yambi. Like that's her favorite kickers player.
Yeah.
And the one time she heard Yambi because she looked so disappointed.
Don't they call him Saint Yambi?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard.
Like she looks. I was like, babe, it's okay. He's playing the game.
It's okay. He's in the zone. He's in the zone.
Heat of the moment.
I'm not liking the fact that when the ball goes on the far side of the field, they zoom in so much. I mean, because you can't really see.
Oh, look at George Davis.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah. That's another player that I love that Richmond. George Davis.
George Davis was good.
I was hurt when I heard that he left to go to Louisville, but then I understood why because he went to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And actually, he So real quick history fact, like I'm an alpha.
Yeah, he's
a Q.
He's a Q. Yeah.
So he heard that I went over to alpha.
For those of you that don't know, Q, that means Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
Yeah, it's not a real fraternity. Yeah. Don't ever join. But when
I'm not gonna get involved with that.
When I went over, he bought me a crossing gift, and at the next game, I was just joking with him. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm happy that you joined a fraternity, but you made a mistake. You joined the wrong one." I was like, okay.
Well, another thing, Louisville, isn't their colors purple?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it works.
Omega Psi Phi, purple and gold, so it works for him. But I still say he look better in red.
Yeah. And Rich is not large. They do look like Easter eggs, though.
Yeah, they do.
You know who Crystal Palace jersey remind me of? That uncle that shows up on Easter. Like, he don't go to church no other Sunday. He made me go to church on Easter, Christmas, it may be like your mom's birthday, just out of like
maybe, yeah,
the Church of C&E.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's just so he pulled it out for Easter. That and
the yellow and blue suit, the bright colors. It's just got to be those peacock bright colors.
It's like, I'm gonna kill him with this.
Well, I mean, you certainly know which team is who. Those jerseys. They are no mistake in them.
Ain't gonna lie. The other thing that's cool about these games is that you get all kinds of fans at these games.
Oh yeah,
like there was a Stoke City flag in the background. I think also this game you had like
wasn't that John Myers? Because I know John Myers is a Stoke.
No, it was like an actual flag. Like you look, if it ever pans back to it, you'll see like a Stoke City flag.
Yeah,
but like I remember.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry for what you're going through right now with your club. just saying.
But yeah, like I don't know. You had, I think, what was it, the Swansea game? Also, like the first year they came, you had like, I think we met like a Shrewsbury fan, a Bury FC fan.
Yeah, just random, like Shrewsbury, really? Like,
look, I asked him, I was like, "How are you a Shrewsbury fan?" He was like, "Oh, I grew up there, man." I was like, "Oh, I can hear it all in your voice." Yeah, so easily.
Yep. No, I think that's what's so cool about when we hosted the international friendlies. It's just as exciting to be a Kickers fan as it is to just be a soccer fan and show out and represent whomever. Granted, we would love you to represent the Kickers when you show up to City Stadium, but certainly we're welcoming to all soccer fans. And seeing the pictures from the Swansea game, seeing the pictures from the Espanyol game, because of course I wasn't working for the organization at that point. Just seeing all the people that brought out. It's one of those things, our president, Matt Spears, always talked about how soccer is a unifier, and certainly our exhibition games have always been indicative of that. So super cool to also just see City Stadium this fall is, super dope.
Yo, it is. Like, it's kind of weird to see how City Stadium looks now compared to then.
Yeah, with all of the news of the scaffolding that they put up, and
I feel like now we're part of the old guard because now we remember like how you used to be able to sit everywhere you wanted to in City Stadium.
Yeah,
and then they kind of like cut it off to like, oh, you want to sit in this part?
Yeah,
it's kind of weird now to see it like this.
Yeah, and also another thing,
so you got fans on that side?
Yeah,
look at that.
Well, no, I think just photographers.
Oh, that's about. Oh, okay. I was about to say, did he sign
so photographers / fans? Oh, there's that one wearing a Berkey jersey.
Yeah, it was
Mike Burke. There's another legend.
Yo, I got a question to ask y'all. Like, has Richmond ever talked about doing like a Hall of Fame? Because I mean, we got like some noticeable players that should be inducted.
That would be a good question for our producer Patrick Wood. I know one of the projects that him and I are going to have in the upcoming off season is doing like a lot of digitization of a lot of the records. We still got classic games on VHS. So when we first started this Déjà Roo and we were talking about games that we wanted to do, like we have a game with Freddie Adu playing for DC United, but that's on VHS. So now we have to find a way to get that converted where it doesn't cost like a bunch of money either. So it's there's all kinds of stuff that we want to do and start really showing off the history and things like that. But
yeah, that was one of the things. I mean, of course, with this whole pandemic hit, that was one of the things that me and Shanair was looking forward to do, was like going back and looking at like classic games.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, when you look at like, we're the oldest continuous franchise. Don't let Charleston Battery fans lie to you.
No. We're older than them. Isn't it by a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, hey, if you want to get technical, we're older.
Yeah, we are. But also, it's one of the things where like you can go back on YouTube, and I think you can get all the way up to 2013, maybe 14. I think 13 is like the latest year, but you can go back and watch like full-blown seasons of Kickers games, which is hard to do. Like if you're a Man United, like we're Man United fans, it's kind of hard for us to go back and even watch games of like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah,
there's so much you got to go through. But like I can go back and watch old Kickers games and be like, oh snap, I remember this moment. Like that's cool to do.
Even if you're not able to watch games, you can catch some highlights of some of those games. Because I was able to find the highlights of the first ever Kickers game I saw, and it was against the Antigua Barracudas, I think. That was when the Antigua Barracudas were in the league. And I remember we smashed them. It was like 4-0 or 4-1. I was like, well, why are they in this league again?
Yeah, wasn't it like it was Antigua, Puerto Rico, and someone else, right?
I don't remember who else it was that season, but I remember that was and it was actually Luke Vercaloni who had got me. Was that Punchin or is that Dwight?
That's Dwight Gale.
That's Dwight Gale. He's like,
who currently plays for Newcastle United.
I'm not gonna lie. The only way I recognize the white girl is with the bleached blonde hair. Now,
the only reason why when I said Punchin and then I was like, no, that's Dwight Gale, is because finish.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh, Yisley.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, but I mean, he had to quickly try and spin.
Yeah, that's so hard to turn on the ball like that.
And if he completely turned to try and shoot, it would have been closed down. Because
that was basically a fadeaway jump shot, but
Steph Curry can do it.
Yeah, well, that's Steph Curry. Steph Curry shoots from half court like he's shooting a free throw. So I mean.
And to answer your question from earlier, so right now there are 3 retired jerseys in Kickers history right now. We got Lee Kalishaw, Rob Ukrop, and Mike Berkey. So,
hey.
Okay. I was about to say, I know Rob got to be up there. Lee. Okay.
Certainly 3 guys that you would definitely associate when you just think Kickers. Actually, we got all 3 jerseys hanging in the front office right now.
So Pascal?
No, Ronnie?
That's Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie might have a case.
I think we need to take a look at some things. My new personal friend Ronnie Pascal certainly enjoyed doing the 09 final with them. Manchester United fan as well, so he's good.
Yeah, I remember that. He's a Man U fan.
Yeah, he was actually wearing a United kit during the whole bit, and like the moment I popped into the broadcast studio, he just sees my flag behind me. He's like, "We're gonna be friends."
Oh yeah,
yeah. That Déjà Roo was fun.
Yeah, it was almost like Super Smash Brothers when you got like a new character coming in. It's like a new fighter has appeared. So we had Deli pop in, and then we had Ross McKenzie pop in. Yeah, that was.
Ross McKenzie.
Yo, people would just pop it in left, right, and center. I was like, oh my god.
No, that one was a ton of fun.
No, there's a stuff. Oh, okay. Okay, random. Very random.
I can only imagine how hot it was that day in Richmond. I can feel the heat looking at the screen.
I believe it says it was 90 degrees that day.
Yeah.
So humidity had it at 120. Okay,
yeah, basically. It was 90 degrees, felt like 98.
Typical Richmond day on the last weekend of July.
Yeah, just hot and
just awful.
There are a few thunderstorms in the region, so it adds more humidity.
Oh my god! We didn't have a thunderstorm game last year, which was weird. It was kind of like an anomaly. But the year before that, we had like 4 thunderstorm games in a row.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
I remember the I mean, we've had thunderstorms. I remember the Swansea game that we won.
Yeah,
it got delayed like halfway through.
It was one game where like what was it, like a tornado funnel like started forming over top of the stadium. And we were like looking at it, like,
should we get out of here?
Well, I won't put too many words in his mouth, but Patrick Wood does have a story of how he got locked into the stadium during a tornado warning. Our old stadium manager just bounced. Patrick was stuck.
Oh gosh. That seemed like such a Patrick thing.
Yeah. Scott McGuire was like, "I'm out. I gotta go take care of my cat."
What? Really? Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm gonna use that the next time in my job. Hey, y'all, I gotta go home. I gotta take care of my cat. Just leave.
My cat's probably freaking out right now, so I gotta go home. Like.
I don't have any pets until there's a tornado warning, and then I gotta go take care of one of them.
Like I haven't had a pet this whole time I've been working here, but all of a sudden now I have one. I have to leave. Sorry. I have to go take care of my plants.
Oh gosh.
I think in this game also wasn't it like a huge like there was I know there was a big Crystal Palace supporters group coming down. I remember that one.
Yeah, no, there were a lot. Like I remember in Section O, the area where they were, you usually don't have a lot of fans there.
Yeah,
and it was. I was like, who are all these people? Where did they come from? They just came out the woodwork. In my head, I'm thinking, I hope they didn't fly all the way over here from Crystal Palace, like from England.
I mean, we did have that one dude from Swansea that he literally like followed the team that whole preseason.
Their whole preseason tour.
He followed the team that whole
That's
preseason
diehard
tour.
right there.
I mean, I might have considered doing that for a certain team behind my back, but then like the tickets for the ICC are so overpriced.
Oh no, those tickets are ridiculous.
It's terrible. But it makes sense though that having these exhibition games it's just as cool, for the kickers, but obviously like you have so many expats and people who pick a team when they get into the Premier League, and so this is their opportunity to, not have to fly across the pond to go see them for the same reason. Like it's such a special experience for me to go to FedEx Field where the Washington professional football team plays to go see Manchester United. It's been super special, and I just love that we had the opportunity to host a team like this, because I'm sure this was great for Crystal Palace fans, and hopefully we converted a couple into being Kickers fans too.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I think out of this game there was like a Crystal Palace supporters group started up. I don't know if it's still around in Richmond, but I remember we got started up.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, see, that's cool. Yeah, Tifos on the other side of the stage.
Yeah, like see that's one thing that I felt was kind of died off. Because I mean, I understand, yes, this is a big exhibition game. It's Crystal Palace, so the stadium's packed. But to have things like Tifos on the opposite side of the stadium, let's go Kickers. I mean, that means people were actually getting involved and not just showing up just to let their kids go play hill soccer behind the scoreboard.
I still never forget that kid that kicked the ball and fell all the way down.
We had a perfect view from it all the way from across too. I was like, wow.
And the thing was, it happened in slow motion. You can see it was like, yo, he about to fall. He fell.
In my head, I'm thinking that's what you get. Now watch the game.
It's like, man.
I don't know about you. I know this game ended like complete landslide against the Kickers, but like these first 20 minutes, the Kickers were the ones that looked the most threatening.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the most clear-cut chances.
I mean, also, I probably think Crystal Palace is not taking this super, super seriously yet.
And then the second half,
to see because they're starting a whole bunch of starters.
That's what exactly.
Where, like, what was it? West Brom and Swansea were like opposite. They put all the kids on first, and then like halftime they put all.
Not really. Swansea were half and half, especially the first time, because I remember Andre Ayew was out there. And by the way, shout outs to Chris Durkin, because he marked him out of the whole first half.
Yeah,
he marked him, and he was 16 years old at the time. That was the crazy thing. 16-year-old kid marked Andre Ayew, Ghanaian international.
Hey, did you also know what's up? You know who did a rewatch of that game and a podcast about it?
Who?
River City 93.
Yeah, we did.
You should go listen to that. Throw that out there.
Yeah, it's an episode.
Check out all our episodes.
Hey man, plug away.
I know, right?
Yep.
I'll be with the strong header away.
Oh no, yes, Yambi in your head. Oh man, shout out to Yambi. I think he's
still at ODU. Right?
Yep, head coach at ODU. Yeah, because we saw him preseason. Because ODU came and played Kickers preseason before the COVID nonsense. And we got it was like a family reunion with Yambi. It was crazy. Yeah, I miss Yambi too.
That was the one that was played on Leap Day, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Question for you.
Patrick's probably going to post in the private chat. He's like, yeah, it's the one preseason game that you weren't there for, Nathan.
That's the bird.
Yeah.
So pretty much we can do all our goals because we were too small. That's nice to know. We had a short team.
Apart from Yambi. and I mean, and Kalunji's got some decent height to him.
That's one thing.
I mean, Deli's pretty tall. I think Deli's like what 6'2".
Deli is too
6'3".
tall, man.
6'3".
I stood beside Deli one time, and I looked up, and I was like, "Man, I'm not standing beside you."
He's self-conscious about my height.
Yeah. He has a presence to him, so he's pretty tall. But, he's not a lanky guy. I mean, he's pretty filled out, and he's just obviously that's why he was such a successful striker, is he was so just impactful in the box and just a big presence. And then you see him at a Red Army tailgate, and you're just like, what?
yeah.
I was like, I should have asked Deli, do you want me to throw you an alley-oop? Like, that's probably where it should have gone.
Just leave City Stadium and go right down the road to the elementary school there and test out them on the baskets.
Okay. Like, come on, Dali, catch this alley real quick. Let's start this NBA career.
Yeah.
Look at this. Uh-oh. What's about to have here?
No, Kalunji said, "Get out of here."
Yeah. So, real quick for you, let me ask you this:
Can
you ever see Yami coaching the Kickers?
I don't know if he would.
This is after Darren, won like 10 League Ones, 5 U.S. Open Cups.
We're in the championship,
because
they don't move this up.
No, we're in MLS,
Yeah.
we just sweat CONCACAF.
We're actually the best team in USL, and USL has surpassed MLS.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're still in USL. USL championship. No, because then all the MLS teams would go somewhere, and they'd probably have USL Premier and then USL Championship.
I shouldn't laugh so hard at this. But do you think Yami could ever be a coach for the Kickers? That'd be cool.
I think he could. I mean, I haven't seen too much of what he's done at ODU. I've seen him coach Kickers Youth. I mean, he's been coaching Kickers Youth a lot, and I think he's coaching a youth program out there in OD right now. What's the disrespectful?
He just flicked it over his head. George Davis is standing there looking at it. It's like, damn. That's how you know you short.
Yep.
My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think I've seen his method of coaching is very good. I think he had a stint where he was part of the coaching staff at VCU while he was playing. I do feel Yami probably could make a very good professional team coach.
I believe that shot right there was from Yannick Bolasie right there.
Yeah, Bolasie.
That's a typical shot for him.
I think he's playing at is he playing at Sporting Portugal now? Sporting CP?
I remember he went to Everton and then
that didn't work.
He's still on loan. He's technically an Evertonian still, but he's been on loan like 4 straight years. But I know he's playing in Portugal because he had a road to the Europa League final card in FIFA this year, which I never did. But yeah, that's how I remember it. But shout out to Yannick Bolasie.
I never understood why you would. There it is. Hey! Was that Alex Lee?
No, I don't know if that was Lee. I can't tell.
No, is that Sasha? That's Sasha.
Yeah, Alex Lee wasn't in this game.
Is that who's the goalkeeper that year?
Ryan Taylor. Tay says name.
Yo, man, I miss him, yo.
Oh, Ryan Taylor was good.
He was really good. And the thing was, when he got that injury, yo, I was like, because we were really hoping, like,
when he got that injury, that hurt my heart. I was like, oh, Ryan, no.
Because then he had to retire after that?
Yeah, he retired after that.
Yeah.
He retired shortly after that.
That was sad to see.
Yeah.
Midland's own Ryan Taylor.
I know, man.
Shout out.
The crazy thing is, I actually played against him in high school.
What?
Yeah. So I, of course, went to Huguenot one day, right?
Yeah.
And he was playing. Yeah, he was goalkeeper. And of course, my coach, mind you, my whole high school career, I played center back. This one game, my coach like, Ellie, we're gonna put you in striker. You gonna do what? Man. So I'm up there playing striker. Mind you, I have no idea what I'm doing. He was just like, yeah, just stay on the last center back, just do this. I'm like, all right, cool. So it's a corner. And the coach is like, he always wanted the strikers on the goalkeeper. And mind you, Ryan Taylor was like 6'4", 6'5". At this time, I'm 5'7". But I'm like a solid 3'10" because I play football. So the corner comes in and I jump. The only thing I feel is like a right hook go across my face. I flip and just land. The whistle goes. And Ryan just saying, like, "Are you okay, man?" And it was like the softest voice, and I'm like,
"What,
bro? Knock me out!"
Oh man, you were like Landon Donovan, and he was Ronnie Pascal.
Yeah, like. And this is before they had concussion protocols and everything. And it was like, "Hey, you need to sit for a second." This is before we actually. Oh gosh! Because everyone just heard the punch. Like you just heard a clear.
When you hear that clink, pop, oh, you know it's over, man. That reminded me of remember, I think that happened to DJ Drogba. Yeah. I forgot what team that was.
Man, I gave my coach.
He was playing for Chelsea. Goes up. I think it was a cross that came in. He's got eyes for the ball, and he was out cold before he went down like a helicopter ragdoll. He was just. I remember watching it, and I just had my hands on my face.
Really? That's trash. That's a trash goal. That's a FIFA 20 goal.
You know, yeah.
That's a trash goal.
So that was. I'm probably going to say this wrong. I'm going to say Peter Ramage. But it would be my luck that it's pronounced like Ramage. But go by him there.
Yeah.
Oh, there was that dude on Crystal Palace. He was at Arsenal for a while. He had the mohawk going. I forgot his name. He was right there. He's right there. That's him right there. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name.
Are you talking about Merwin?
There you go. Thank you. Someone just posted shot. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Played for Arsenal and Bordeaux, I think, is where he started his career.
Yeah. Okay. I remember they were like Arsenal were bigging up Shamak like he was going to be the next big thing.
Arsenal has a history of doing that.
Oh yeah, they did. Well, I mean, you got to think about it this way. Well, Arsene Wenger struck gold. He just caught lightning in a bottle with the squad that he was able to put together for like the Invincibles and the season with Ian Wright and all of that. But the whole idea of, buying the no names and making them into stars, that doesn't last very long. And I think that's what happened to Wenger. And he was buying a whole bunch of duds. Tramak was one of them. Sorry. I mean, he was at Crystal Palace by then, so.
Yeah, Chamak he did 230 appearances at Bordeaux. Played at Bordeaux for 8 years before moving on to Arsenal. Ended up having 40 appearances before going on loan to West Ham for a little bit, and then Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's how you know your career went bad, when you go to West Ham on loan and they don't keep you.
It's a tough look.
Oh, I just realized that is so true. Crystal Palace is the only foreign team to come play the Kickers that hasn't been relegated. Well, I mean, Espanyol. Have they been relegated?
Yeah, they just got relegated. They just got relegated.
Yes,
he just got relegated.
Oh,
by Barcelona too, so it's like extra salt.
But yeah, salt in the wound, right?
It's time for Pochettino to make his triumphant return and like bring him back to prominence.
He could. I can see Pochettino doing that. I mean, the guy is a great coach. He didn't belong at.
But does Poch need a job right now?
Yeah, he does.
I mean, that coach's salary is pretty nice.
I mean, Jose Mourinho is doing some incredible PR work for Mauricio Pochettino inadvertently right now. So,
oh, he is. He really is. No, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of people realize that it's like Pochettino left because Tottenham had a self-imposed ceiling.
Yep.
They had a self-imposed ceiling. At the end of the day, you would think, okay, there are some clubs that are too small. They're not going to be able to get past a certain stage. Like when you look at your get that out of there. Get that out of there.
Pretty.
Yeah. You're not gonna see a team like, I don't know, like Crystal Palace make a deep run in the Prem and stay in the top 5 for like 3 seasons straight. I mean, but Tottenham is like, you guys should be spending more money. I think that's what Pochettino's problem was. It's like, can we actually? Okay, we just went to the finals of the Champions League. Can we actually put some money into this club, like for real?
Didn't they just release All or Nothing, like the Amazon Prime video?
The trailer came out.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm about to watch it because I know that's about to be hilarious.
It's gonna be funny.
Well, when Mourinho signed, everyone all at the same time realized that Tottenham were going to be the people that were in All or Nothing this year, and everyone was freaking out, going like, "This is about to be the best season ever." And now they're just in straight up free fall. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Sunderland until I die, but with Jose. I'm ready.
Man, Sunderland till I die.
That show hurts my heart every time. I tune in, and because I haven't completely finished, but I'm like, oh my god,
no,
this is depressing. Season 1 was depressing.
No, season 1 is hilarious because the first like 3 or 4 episodes they are building up like Sunderland's getting back and then turning around, but it's like no one knows what to do. Everyone's in free fall.
Because at the first few episodes, it's like, we're gonna do it, lose.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna do it, lose. We're gonna do it, lose.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell the manager.
I didn't even know that Netflix was doing that, and it popped up one day on my feed, and I was like, wait a minute, soccer documentary. Let me watch this. And I think I watched all the episodes in one sitting. I was just like, oh my god. And then the second season was wild too, because then it was like, all right, guys, we're the best team, right, in League One? And then it's like, no, we're not.
And that's the thing, like, season 2 isn't bad, but the way how it ends is like you get to the what was it, the EFL Cup final, lose to Portsmouth, then you go on this horrible run, and then you lose to the playoffs to Portsmouth. It's like, dog.
But one thing I have noticed so far, I mean, I haven't finished watching the whole thing yet, but what I've noticed so far, and is one thing that you do see when a team goes through a revival, there is a sense of passion and there is a connection between the players and the fans. There is no connection between the Sunderland players and the fans. Like, those moments where you're in a game, your team's losing 1-0, and someone on the team scores a goal and they literally are yelling to the fans. Like, they're like, come on, like, to the fans. Like Yambi, what's the name? Travis Wara. Big ups, Travis Wara.
Yep.
Oh god. But like, when you have those type of moments, you know that something is gonna happen. Pass it.
Oh.
Should have passed it to Delhi. He was wide open.
Did he just sign on that?
Yeah, he did.
He threw that like a friend.
That's how you know it's preseason. He out here just trying stuff.
Yeah.
Out here throwing it from the hip. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like you never see a moment where those players like score a goal and they look at the fans and they give a nod to the fans. They're always like, "Yeah, I scored. All right, I'm going back to Hatfield." Like, what the?
Yeah. Yo,
do any of y'all want to be here? Like,
probably not.
Exactly.
You know what would be dope to see? Like, if the Kickers ever did a documentary, who would be like the player that would stand out the most? Like this now? Yeah, this kind of Kicker scene. I think Bulldog. For me,
Bulldog would stand out.
Bulldog would stand out the most.
What's his name? One of the new guys they signed. I'm trying to remember. Also, he when he came in, I mean, at first I kind of looked at it and was annoyed by it. But when he came in, like in some of the preseason games, he was basically just receiving the ball and dishing it. They're receiving the ball. Oh,
really?
Wow. Too easy.
Oh, Jeff's asked about stuff. Sorry, we kind of already did all the Stoke talk.
Yeah, Stoke. Sorry, John Mars.
Oh, the goal was outside.
Yeah,
was outside. I was wondering, like, yes.
No spoilers, but there's not another goal in this half.
Yeah, I know. The other two were in the second half. But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
It would have been interesting to see. I want to see what like Ian Anley is like.
Yeah, that's another one.
I imagine like he is mad intimidating, especially the picture Nate you put up of him. of him with like the Popeye the Sailor arms.
Oh, yeah, that was during media day.
Yeah, like I really want to see how he is like at practice.
I mean, I haven't gotten to experience a lot of it just because with the protocols and everything that we've had, I've only been able to pop into a couple practices. But for the most part, all the guys, they seem to be getting along pretty well. All have nice, like, complementary personalities where it really does feel like everybody's gelling together. And the nice thing, too, a lot of our it's a pretty relatively young team as well. So they're all just happy to be pros, and I think they're all getting along pretty well.
Yo,
Mumu would be the star.
He would be. He would be.
Cut in from the right, put it on his left.
You're right. Yeah. You're right, Richard.
Akira would only say like 3 words.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole documentary.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, Akira wouldn't. He like don't put the camera.
He would only say hi and goodbye. That's it.
Yeah. Shane Johnson. That was another one I really liked when he was with the Kickers. He was played out of position most of the time though, because at the end of the day, our center back position was set, and he's naturally a center back, but we played him as fullback a lot. But he did a job at fullback. He really did a good job. I remember just seeing him and being like, this dude's like a freight train. It's like his acceleration isn't all that, but when he gets to that top speed, he's like, don't get in his way. He's just going to run you over.
Not big.
Right.
Oh, fire.
Oh, look, we got a Crystal Palace on tour flag in the background.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, looking good, section though.
Section O. I miss that place. I really do. I know we keep saying it, but
Section is going to have his first socially distanced beer party. What is it, Saturday after next?
I don't know how that's going to go very well. I'm sorry.
Well, when you guys get back in City Stadium, we keep bringing it up, but you'll be glad to know that the giant pole is gone.
The giant pole? Oh, the light pole?
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
No more limited vision seating. This is an RFK.
Man, that's
good. That's good. I like that. So they moved the lights.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
I can't wait to see this light show, y'all.
I can't wait to see those red lights. Are we gonna see those first game?
I just need to know, are y'all gonna have like music walking in? Richard said so many members of Section are wearing the same shirt. Yeah, because we get one shirt. Here's your shirt. Here's your shirt.
And here's yours.
You don't get multiples in this.
You get a shirt. You get a shirt. Oh.
Yeah, I was at one of the storage rooms over at City Stadium the other day. We've got a bunch of Red Army shirts hiding in there. I don't know where they came from, but I don't know if you guys want those.
We'll take them.
Because I think they're the Red Army, and then like the recruiter shirts. You guys remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was actually a recruiter for one game. The lady was like, "What's the Red Army?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we're the supporters group." She was like, "Oh, I thought you was part of the Russian military." I was like, "Man, I'm black." Come on.
Really? Really?
That's when you call her comrade to make her really uncomfortable.
Oh, Conrad, of course. Just scared the living daylights out of her. Oh, what happened over there?
I don't know.
Yazoo was having a wrestling match with somebody.
That's a good one. What should be the Kickers walk-in song?
So this is actually a question I proposed on Twitter the other day too, on the Kickers account. I'm always curious to find out everybody's thoughts on this one.
Oh man,
what say you? Besides Annie Up by Mash Out Posse, of course.
Which one?
Annie Up by Mash Out Posse. Do you remember that one?
Oh.
Yeah, I like that.
Although then again, that might cause a fight at the game, so maybe we don't want to do that one.
Oh, we gotta do the remix.
No, but see, it's not like you playing Duck if you buck.
No, that one. Yeah, just have all the kickers players come out.
Just from my experience, don't start over no crime mob. It's not gonna end well.
Yeah. But all right, so we are at halftime right now. Crystal Palace leads the Richmond Kickers 1-0 at City Stadium. We're going to take a quick break since they're at halftime as well, so we can pay some bills, and we will be right back with more Déjà Roo.
See you. I'll be back.
When building our home, I knew that the stone was going to be the absolute foundation to our house. I knew it needed to be durable, but also I wanted it to be beautiful. I love working with Absolute Stone Design because their customer service is top-notch, their staff is super friendly, and most of all, they truly care.
Come explore Absolute Stone Design's reimagined showroom, featuring our all-new shower and flooring galleries. No dream home is complete without Absolute Stone Design.
Most auto insurers love when you have 2 cars, and they love it even more when you have a driveway full, because they get to charge you more. At Elephant Insurance, we believe the more cars you have, the more you save. We call it the Elephant Multi-Car Discount. It's like buying in bulk, and you can save up to 25%. Take control of your car insurance. Quote online today and see what you can save at elephant.com.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Bon Secours, healthcare for the universe of you.
When building our home, I knew that the stone was going to be the absolute foundation to our house. I knew it needed to be durable, but also I wanted it to be beautiful. I love working with Absolute Stone Design because their customer service is top-notch, their staff is super friendly, and most of all, they truly care.
Come explore Absolute Stone Design's reimagined showroom, featuring our all-new shower and flooring galleries. No dream home is complete without Absolute Stone Design.
Most auto insurers love when you have two cars, and they love it even more when you have a driveway full, because they get to charge you more. At Elephant Insurance, we believe the more cars you have, the more you save. We call it the Elephant Multi-Car Discount. It's like buying in bulk, and you can save up to 25%. Take control of your car insurance. Quote online today and see what you can save at elephant.com.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Bon Secours, healthcare for the universe of you.
That's
Alrighty, everybody, and welcome back for the second half of the Richmond Kickers versus Crystal Palace. This is the 6th edition of Déjà Roo, presented by Absolute Stone Design, and of course, I'm joined by River City 93. Guys, what are you looking forward to in the second half here?
Possibly not a whole bunch of goals scored, but you can't fix history.
Yeah, you can't. Sorry.
Like proving it in game. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see like who the Kickers bring on, possibly, or Crystal Palace for that matter. See who else is on the bench.
Yeah, just bring back memories, bunch of different names. So we got a suggestion for opening song for the Kickers, the Men in Blazers theme song. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe if we're gonna take from another podcast, maybe we go. Obviously, your guys' show has a great theme song. Total Soccer Show has a pretty high energy theme song as well.
That one's pretty good. Yeah,
a little bit of the Pogues.
We need Daryl's hello and welcome.
Yeah, we need Daryl's hello and welcome. Yes, we do.
we should record it so that way it's like you walk in the future. You walk through like a trip sensor in the front, the front section of the stadium, and it's like hello and welcome.
That would creep out so many people. Like, oh my God, who is that? That would be hilarious.
But we'll get back into it then for the second half.
Big shouts to TSS though.
Always. Now part of the Athletic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're now partnered up with Grant Wall as well, so pretty cool.
Yeah.
The brand is strong right now in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, they're doing big things.
Right? Let's see who else we got. Did they make any changes at halftime?
For halftime substitutes, there doesn't appear to be any. Shane Johnson came in the 37th minute for Henry. You're going to see 3 substitutions in the 57th minute for the Kickers. And then Crystal Palace started changing people out starting in the 66th minute. So
Game of Thrones. I don't know if that would be a good idea.
The theme song itself works.
The theme song works, but that brings back memories of a complete letdown of a final season.
Okay. If HBO goes, can I guess the Succession theme? Because that song slaps.
Oh yeah,
Succession. Yes, that one does.
Or who else theme song could work? House of Cards.
House of Cards does work.
House of Cards works.
Not
like
orchestral, true.
Yeah. One that I had just talked to Elliot about over off air was the theme song to Frontier. The Netflix original Frontier. That might work. Very hype, but that would be interesting.
I've not actually watched that show yet. It's been on my list for, I don't know, 4 years now.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The theme song is pretty hype, but I mean, I guess only some people would be feeling it.
Yeah, I was just sitting there, I'd be like, I don't know this.
I don't know about this.
Also, side note, this is how you know city stadiums are very old stadium. They still have the football like lines like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Yeah, on the
That's how you know.
on the stand, like on the bleacher wall,
Yeah.
like on the wall over there.
That's how you know city stadium was not designed for soccer originally.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, on a nice rainy day, sometimes you can still see the spider in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I don't know what paint they used for that to be like ingrained into the field forever, but I'm sure it's paint that you can't buy anymore.
It's probably not even healthy for you.
Probably not even healthy paint. It's still there.
Just sitting there painting and inhaling all of it.
It's like, how many times has it rained on it since? How many times have we mown the lawn? How many times have we aerated the field and it's still there?
Still there. Can't confirm. Saw it a couple weeks ago.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I actually had the chance to play a football game in City Stadium. It's not fun. It sucks.
So that's your earliest memory of being on that field?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not.
No, it's some other chemical that probably has been banned from use.
It's probably the same paint that Bruce Arians said that he used to eat as a kid.
What's the commercial that pops up when we watch TV too late at night? Asmophilioma.
Asmophilioma.
Yeah.
Remember? Oh gosh, yeah.
Nah, I was just joking with Alexa the other day, and I was like, "Yo, I can't wait till we're like 60 and the COVID-19 commercials come out." Have you or a family member ever been affected by COVID? I'm gonna call the hotline so quick. I'm like, hey, I need my million. Just lie.
Oh, I'm just waiting. We just need to wait. It ain't gonna be that long from now, too. Because these things they're coming out thick and fast. I've been hearing about medication that's like, wasn't this just advertised like a new medicine like 2 years ago? Like,
Yep. So we had a comment here from Matt Myers talking about the Henry injury and how it was definitely a key turning point for the season. You know, what do you guys remember from, that second half? Because obviously this game happened July 28th. So probably just about the dead point, middle of the regular season there.
If memory serves me correct, I think we were near the top half of the table. And then when he got hurt, I think we kind of started to fall off a little bit. Like, do you remember more?
I think that season was a learning curve for Hugh Roberts, and he kind of was just thrown into that position full time.
Yeah.
When it would have been better if he was, coming off the bench, playing center back with Yambi, coming subbing in for Kalunji and learning the ropes that way. But he basically after that he got thrown right into the deep end. And I think it's what made him the center back he is today. But at that time, it was a struggle for him. It was really tough for him to basically learning on the fly.
Yeah, that was a difficult thing for him. But I mean, obviously it made him a better player. Definitely him coming in. Because I mean, hey, he got his own song out of it from the supporters group. So
Yeah,
that worked out.
Oh yeah. One of the more iconic Red Army songs.
I do, however, we can never sing that song again for anyone else.
No.
But I do miss hearing it.
I miss hearing it too.
Yeah, and that's true. We never kept a clean sheet for the rest of that year.
Nope. No.
So, I mean, man, I miss clean sheets at City Stadium.
There's just a lot to be said about having that solid partnership, between your two starting center backs and what that does for the spine of your team and just that really truly is the foundation of how you're going to play. And so,
I mean, when you have a goalkeeper and the two starting center backs all on the same page,
yeah,
it's hard to beat a team like that.
Yeah. I mean, you see that a lot, like nowadays, with what we're seeing going on at clubs like Chelsea and Manchester United, where,
good God,
oh gosh, what was that?
That was Glenn Murray.
Glenn Murray. I did not know Glenn Murray had bunnies like that.
Yep.
This dude died up.
Good God.
Current Brighton Hove Albion player Glenn Murray.
Yeah.
Also played at Wilmington Hammerheads.
Yep.
Which I did not believe until I actually went to go look it up. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was at Wilmington Hammerheads.
That was the thing. But yeah, yo, he got above everyone else.
Oh, wow. I did not know Glenn Murray had. I'd never seen him do that. Like, I remember seeing him playing for Brighton, and he doesn't. It didn't seem like that was part of his arsenal, but he was head and shoulders above everybody else.
Oh yeah,
Matt Myers very much against friendlies.
Yo, real quick, if you want to know anything about kickers' history, Matt Myers is the go-to guy.
Yeah,
he is the go-to guy.
Yes, he is.
You know what? Maybe that's a content idea. If Patrick Wood would ever allow himself to be on camera, just have him square off in like Kickers Jeopardy.
Oh, with Matt? Ooh,
Patrick says he'd be destroyed. He's a humble man, that Patrick Wood.
Patrick's too humble, man. Patrick holding his own.
Yeah, he would.
I do agree with Richard Hayes about banning friendlies throughout the season. It seems to like it throws off everything. I get why we have to do it because we play during the summer and these teams are a big draw, but you risk too much. And I mean, of course, like we're playing starters. It's not like we're playing like the U23s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is something y'all should do. Y'all should do a Kickers Jeopardy.
Hey man, I'm always writing down little content ideas in my notebook for slow times.
So who's going to be Ellis Trebek? I vote Shanair.
Me? No.
You should host the show. Or no, you know what? Richard.
Yeah.
Richard or Henry would be hilarious hosting it. Because I feel like Richard would low-key get annoyed with someone with the wrong answer. And Henry would just give you that look of like, really? You said that? That's your answer?
I actually think, maybe low-key good Jeopardy guest or Jeopardy host would be Mika. I mean, he is a doctor.
Yeah. Didn't y'all do the episode, the little YouTube clips of people trying to speak Finnish?
Yep. Yeah, we did Speaking Finnish with Mika last year. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, my God. I remember listening to those. I was like, yeah, I'm tapping out. I don't know what he said. It sounds like gibberish.
Yep.
Yeah,
no, that one was a lot of fun.
Languages like Finnish, Swedish, Danish, they have a very particular way of pronouncing things that is very hard for anybody else in the world.
Yeah.
I think speaking Swedish might actually be on the docket. Surprisingly enough, we have a few players that speak Swedish on the team. Besides Volk, obviously, you've got Zev Tablib speaks Swedish. Lee Johnston speaks Swedish. And I think Mika, I don't know if he's fluent or at least knows portions of it, but obviously Finland and Sweden being so close, he does know some. So, maybe we'll do speaking Swedish next.
That'd be cool to see. I wonder if they speak it on the field. Like they just bring it up on the field just to confuse defenders.
Yeah.
Because imagine being a defender, you hear someone speaking Swedish. You're like,
oh my what? Goodness! Look, see, my high school, we had a lot of Haitians at my high school. We'd start speaking Creole on the field, and the other people were like, "Wait, what?" They wasn't going to be able to understand nothing we were saying. The two center backs were two Haitian boys. It was a wrap. They didn't know what was going on. It was so much fun messing with other teams.
We had two Nigerians, so they started speaking like their own language on the field. And granted, they were like the two best players on the team. Mm-hmm. Our coach's philosophy at the time was just like give the Nigerians the ball and get out the way.
Kicking and screaming style. Yeah, give it to Italians, yo. Give it to Nigerians.
I actually just watched that movie the other day. It still slays. It's so good.
It is probably the best soccer movie ever. I love Kicking and Screaming. It's hilarious.
And like Mike Ditka makes that movie too.
Huh?
Mike Ditka is so funny in that movie, and he does absolutely nothing. Go get me a juice box. I want your juice box, boy.
And the thing is, I can really see Mike Ditka do that to somebody in real life.
Who's that who came on? Oh, is that Juan, right? I forgot his last name.
I can't remember either.
Arbalays.
Yeah, there you go. Juan Arbalays. I remember knowing him as Juan because I used to coach alongside him. So it was like, hey, Juan, what's up? I just don't remember his last name.
Now, honestly, I do wonder how, like, us starting River City 93, of course, last year, like, how we would have covered a game like this. We probably wouldn't even know how to handle an international team.
No. Look, you mean like live commentating? Like
not live commentating, but like trying to get like access. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I would have been like, "Hey, can I talk to what's his name?" Like, I just want to shake his hand. Who would have had a little fanboy moment?
Oh my god! Didn't we? I remember we did with the Swansea game. Remember we got a picture with some of those guys.
We did.
Yeah,
we did. Who did we get a picture with? That's now is like, oh, it wasn't Tommy Abraham. It was someone.
No, it wasn't Tammy. Because I know it was the year we beat them. Because Tammy Abraham wasn't there the year we beat them.
No,
he was there the following year.
I can't remember who it was, but I remember he played for Swansea that following year. I was like, oh my god, we got a picture with him.
Yeah, I remember we were walking. It was halftime, right?
Yeah,
we were walking up by the top, and oh, there we go. Let's go cross that in. Oh, come on! Hey,
dangerous. Oof.
Oh, who was that?
You owe me 10.
Oh, yeah.
You owe me 10.
Yeah, Tayshawn.
Hey,
he was the one who came to us from RVAFC right before the RVAFC match.
Yeah, yep. It was. That's another game that we previewed that you should go back and watch.
Yeah, you should look at that. We definitely did a review of that one.
Yeah. I do wonder how this season's going to work, though. I think it's only 20 games this year.
I'm good. You know what that means? That means they're going to be going all out every game.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we only got 20 games. Psh, let's go. Pedal to the metal.
It's about to be very interesting.
It's going to be an interesting season. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I've been telling, everybody that asks. I've been having a lot of people asking me, like, oh, how do the kickers look? Based off of what I saw in preseason, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what this team looks like. I mean, at this point, I'm just excited to watch soccer.
Yeah.
In front of my eyes.
Get some soccer, some live, in-person soccer, not on TV. Because although TV is fun, it was great when Bundesliga came back, and then Premier League and Serie A and La Liga. I was like, hey, but I want to see some live soccer.
Yeah, I feel like that kid that was like in timeout in school that couldn't go to recess yet, and all my other friends get to go like one at a time.
Yeah,
and I'm just like sitting there waiting. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, teacher, just let me out.
Just let me go. Everyone else is outside.
Well, as we look forward to the season, of course, right now the only announced game on the schedule, next Saturday, the 18th, at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be playing South Georgia Tormenta FC down in South Georgia. We remember the last time we played down in South Georgia. That was a lot of fun, so looking forward to potentially replicating that performance again.
Oh, that was a game where what's his name scored the Messi-esque goal.
You mean Joe Gallardo scoring the unrecognized goal of the season last year?
Yeah, the actual goal of the season.
People don't forget. People don't forget.
Do not forget that.
Even Ryan Madden agreed with us.
Yeah,
he agreed that he was like, "Oh yeah, y'all should have won goal of the season."
Yes, yes.
If the VP is saying we should have won goal of the season, we should have won it.
Yes, because I mean, at the end of the day, didn't he dribble past like 6 or 7 other Tormenta guys, and then Meg the last one and just hammered it far corner.
His first goal was probably the cooler one because he had it from half court. The Steph Curry shot.
Oh, he just
took
blasted
it.
it. He just blasted it.
Yep. Yeah, I think that one took a slight deflection, but still, I mean, he put all the sauce on it, and it had no business going in. It was a good shot by him. But
I think my favorite goal by him was the one. I think it was against Tucson, where he wins the ball heading towards our goal, and he literally fakes like he was gonna pass to, I think it was Matt Bulldog.
I think so.
And he just pulled a 180. That was the quickest 180, and it was so funny because it just looked. You know that moment in cartoons when a cartoon character stops and all the other cartoon characters just run past them? That was exactly what happened with all the defenders. He just did a 180 and then just buried it in the bottom corner. I was like, what?
Man.
This kid is something special.
Yeah, and of course he had that goal against Greenville too. And definitely had a lot of highlight reel stuff last year. It was
he did.
I swear,
certainly an honor to interview him last year for a feature as well. I had a good time getting to know him.
The whole game against Greenville with Troyer scoring and the South Georgia game, the 4-1 game, those were probably the two best games.
Yeah, those were the two best.
I mean, it was a rough season. We ain't gonna lie, but those two games were fun.
And the last game of the season was almost going to be up there because Troyer almost did it again. Remember, he hits the crossbar with the header.
Yeah,
came out like the first minute too.
Oh, I'm thinking this is his last game before he retires. If he had buried that, I think I would.
Oh my gosh, that stadium would have went crazy.
I do remember, however, Orlando City players were like, they were trying to start fights that whole game.
Oh gosh, when they got mad when they subbed him off to give him like an honorable send off, and I was like, these knucklehead kids. Well, I mean, it goes to show. I mean, they were a bunch of kids anyway, so they didn't understand that.
Oh, look at Grandma. Grandma popping in the chat. That's adorable. That's adorable. That's cute.
Yep. I am shout outs to the rest of the Heinzel contingency up in they just moved up to Ohio, so I'm the last remaining Heinzel in Virginia now.
And are they all Manu fans?
Yes, I converted all of them.
Yes.
It was fun. I was watching a lot right before I went to grad school, and I started to kind of get my dad into it. You know, he'd watch me play soccer growing up, but we never had the cable channels to watch it. And then I up and leave. I go to grad school up in PA, and while I'm gone, he sends me a text one day. He goes, "I'm watching Premier League." And he got into it. I left enough of an impression that he started watching it even without me. And at that point, he's a big Man U guy now. So
yeah, that's always weird when like your parents hit you up and be like, "Yeah, I'm watching soccer." Because like, my dad hit me up the other day. He called me out the blue. He was like, "I think the San Jose Quakers and Seattle Sanders are playing. I'm about to watch the game." I'm like, San Jose Earthquakes? He was like, "Oh yeah, that team." I was like, all right. I was like, go have fun. Like, I'm done my job.
Former Kickers player you'd bring back to this team. Yeah, I'm picking Durkin too. I'm picking Durkin. Former Kickers player. I'm bringing back Durkin.
Durkin. Are we bringing them back like in their prime too, or or like right now? Like as they're standing.
Of course, but if you talk about all-time prime,
all-time prime. Okay, that's a different story.
I can make a case. I can make a case for Rob Ukrop.
I could make a case for Rob Ukrop. I could make a case for Delhi.
Yeah. You can make a case for Luke Vercaloni.
Luke Vercaloni, I definitely make a case for, because I mean he was the engine of the midfield.
Actually, Luke is probably the one.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of like a center midfielder,
Luke is
central defensive midfielder who's gonna work his tail off. There I am, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
Di Rosario.
All right, so
no, I still have
enough. Matt and Patrick agree on that one,
huh?
Said Di Rosario
because what he can offer. Is special.
I mean, with this team right now, we have attacking power. We haven't
seen it yet.
we
haven't seen it yet.
We have enough options in the attacking power
I don't know.
category from what I've seen.
I don't know yet. I mean, right now it's between Vercoloni and Rosario for me.
Yeah.
I'll take one of them.
But I'm sorry. I just feel that solidity that Vercoloni brings in the midfield is
can't get off that.
You can't. I mean,
Deli's not a bad one either.
Deli is a good
because
shot.
You know, Deli was going to give you at least 15 goals a season.
At the very least.
15.
Yeah, and I mean the guy scores goals in USL for fun. Like that's his pastime. Oh, I'm just gonna score a goal today.
Looking at it as the content manager, probably going to go with Mike Berkey because I think producing video content with him would be too much fun. All the banter.
Yeah, Mike Berkey. That fiery personality keep the team like on spark. Like
no. Yeah, we got another shout out for Deli there from Jeff Byrne.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to argue against bringing, Prime Delicott back onto the Kickers. I mean, pretty good.
Did somebody throw a size 1 Crystal Palace ball onto the field? Someone threw a size 1 Crystal Palace ball onto the field.
Welcome to City Stadium.
It's like, here, play with this.
I do.
I mean, you can also make a shot for Yambi. Yambi in his prime, no one's scoring on the Kickers.
Yeah.
Again, Akwe and Yambi.
Bulow would be a good like a super sub.
In terms of super sub, Bulow would be a super sub. Like he'd be like the Kobe Jones super sub.
But the one thing when I think about the Kickers, I can never give you a winger. I can give you a striker, I can give you a midfielder, I can give you a center back, I can give you a goalkeeper.
Mwape. Oh, I mean from the past?
Yeah.
As a winger?
It takes a while before you think of a winger.
Yeah. But we need to also realize that
we were playing 4-4-2.
Exactly. In the entire time we've been playing 4-4-2, there are no wingers. There's like outside midfielders, but wingers, not really.
I ain't gonna lie, Luis Fernando. The potential he had.
Oh.
And I think he just got let go by Atlanta United too.
He got let go?
Yeah, because they signed Jurgen Damm from Tigres. So I would love to see how he would do.
As a winger?
Now. Like
devastating.
Damn.
Oh. Shamak.
You know what? I'm kind of glad Crystal Palace isn't like outright like celebrating in front of us. That makes you feel good.
No, actually, to the contrary, there were a lot of people that were complaining about that. They're like, you don't even have the respect to celebrate a goal, acting like, yeah, whatever, we scored again, you guys. Yeah. Like a lot of people, I remember a lot of people were complaining, like they don't even have the respect to celebrate their goals.
Yeah. But Yaisley wore 17, didn't he?
I think so. Yep, Yaisley wore 17.
Yeah.
Yaisley.
With that question on the screen, it just covered him up.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
he's in there.
But yeah, Yaisley is one also that I would think about bringing back in his prime.
Yeah,
Yaisley would hit you with some blockbuster goals, like
because I also feel like we got cheated out of Yaisley, like a full because when I started coming to Kickers, it was right around like this year, 2015. I think he was hurt a little bit. 2016. And then, of course, I mean, he just retired. But I felt like we kind of got cheated. You know who else I would love to see come back? Is Ryan Taylor. I'm about to open Pandora's box. If we had a healthy Ryan Taylor that year he got hurt, does the season change at all? Do we have like a carousel of goalkeepers? Because I think we had like
goalkeepers
Laura,
on
we had
loan.
Matt Turner, we had
Matt Turner. By the way, Matt Turner's been killing it with New England Revolution right now. He's been doing his thing. So
that's your boss. He had a clean sheet last night, right?
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, and the save he made.
Let me. I'll put my merchandise manager hat on for a second here too, and just kind of put it out in the ether that I found a Matt Turner Kickers jersey.
What?
Yep.
I mean, we did.
You know what though? If I could bottle up one performance and bring that back as a player, watching the 2009 final, I want Bulow off the bench. He completely changed that game for the Kickers in that final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bulow is like you said, Elliot. He's the super sub. He's that guy. You bring him off the bench. He's one of those players that if I'm the center back for the other team and they're like, and subbing in David Bulow, my reaction is, come on.
Yeah, you just played 75 minutes and now you got to do 15 against Bulow. You're like, oh man, I don't want to do this.
I don't want this.
Yo, so what was it? The Red Army versus front office game that we had at City Stadium last year. Bulow played striker.
And that was not fair. That's just not fair.
And see, the thing was, I was playing goalkeeper. And already, like, Patrick had scored. So I was like, all right. It was like, I think it was like 2-1 or like 2. It was, I forgot what the score was. But Bulow was striker. And I was like, all right, he not going to be moving that quick. Bulow old. He tired. He ain't going to be trying to do all this stuff. Bulow gets the ball. And I was like, I'm just squaring up as a goalkeeper. Like, oh, I'm about to see the shot. I don't know what he did with his feet. Only thing I know is I fall. He scores. So I'm like, well, dang it.
Yeah.
I heard, last year at practice, they were doing finishing drills, and someone played a cross short when Bulow decided he wanted to do a part of the finishing drill. He goes up for a scissor kick, and he ended up being on the ground for like a minute or two. He's like, that wasn't worth it.
It's like, ain't got no word. It's like, yeah. That's like me whenever I play pickup soccer, and I'll do that thing where I, maybe playing as a fullback, catch up to a winger and put a tackle in, and they're like, "Gosh, Shanir, you're fast." I'm like, "Yep, that's the only sprint you get today. That's it, nothing else." if somebody gets me again, don't come look at me to go catch them. It's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, when I played, if you were to use it like FIFA terms, I was the winger with like low work rates. Like,
oh, y'all have work rates?
Yeah.
This is the reason why I'm probably not a good teammate in soccer. Because I'll see someone running, I'll be like, I'm not running after you. I'll foul you.
Oh yeah, no, just try and slow somebody down. Because if they get past you, it's like, yeah, I'll catch you once. After that, it's over. You beat me. It's over. There's somebody else.
Me off, coach. I need a Capri Sun.
Need some orange slices.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I call myself
Bill Lambert of American soccer. My stat line reads 5 red cards, 1 yellow, 6 sending offs. Possibly 1 cutting out the ref because I'm tired and I just need to stop you to play. Ooh. They're just all tall, man.
Yeah, they were all huge.
You had no height in this squad.
It was no, but you know what? This wasn't that bad. West Brom was when you had Olsen back there. He was like a head and a half taller than Dilly, and I was like, that is a giant. Why is he playing soccer?
Too bad we could have got like Peter Crouch here for a game.
Oh, that'd be great. And have him score just a banger. Because
all like 6'8" of them. That'd be hilarious.
You know, if Peter Crouch was in America, he would be a forward right now in basketball.
Yeah, he probably would have. No, he'd probably be a center.
No, that's 6'8".
Yeah, that's true.
Well, everybody's moving to small ball now.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of weird to see all these sports that are coming back now. I gotta start relearning players' names again.
Right? We're not watching old stuff anymore. We're watching live stuff now.
It's so weird, man. Like my dad made a comment. He was like, I feel like I'm watching a whole bunch of pickup basketball sports. I was like, yeah, that's how it kind of is.
Basically.
Yo, I think you were going to have fans on that side.
There were?
I think there were.
Like, we can't fit you on this side anymore, so can you just go over there?
That's weird to see, though.
It's like there's not going to be that much of you guys, so it'll be okay. I know that those stands aren't structurally sound, but you'll be all right.
I don't know. I sat in them quite a bit last year. They're fine. They're fine.
So what's the issue? Is it just on an engineering standpoint, or does it feel like they're about to collapse?
No, I mean everything feels sturdy and secure. There, it's just one of those things where it's something that's probably due up for renovation. Yeah, City Stadium is very much an older stadium, and you can see it in a lot of things. So, but we're working on it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I would love to see the Kickaroo construction video. That would be something funny for y'all to do.
Yeah.
So
let's kick a hard hat on. Let's go.
Yeah, one thing I do want to do, it was a cool flex that Tottenham had where it was basically just to show off their stadium. They had Dele Alli, Heung-min Son, and I can't think of who else was in it. But they did like foot golf inside the stadium, and so that was their way of like showing off all the different concourse levels. It was a very veiled way of just flexing the new stadium stuff. But it's actually a pretty cool piece of content.
Nice.
Patrick says we don't let Kickaroo near power tools.
Or that?
He said no, it went wide. It took a deflection and went wide. Taylor dove the way the ball was originally going, and then yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Most of these guys were Crystal Palace fans over on that side.
Yeah,
behind right now.
It's always cool to see like away fans in City Stadium because I mean, of course, like we don't have any regional rivalries, USL. You know, something that you told us we will have.
We have Greenville.
Regional rivalries.
Oh wow!
Of course, when you have like away fans in the stadium, I'm not paying attention to that. It's always cool to see. Like the Fort Madison game last year was live. That was
fun in the stands. On the field, different story.
Yeah, I remember one time we had Charleston fans come, and that was kind of fun to see too. I missed them. I don't miss Charleston Battery, but I miss the fans.
Yeah, the Charleston Battery fans were cool. That Charleston Battery fans and Kickers fans together is like, compared to all the other clubs, it's like the old grandpas in the home. Like the two oldest, they're like, yep.
We're just yellow over tapioca.
You know what would be cool is as they continue to get bigger and grow as well, maybe if we could host an Open Cup game against Lionsbridge, that might be pretty fun.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be.
They have a really, really awesome fan base.
You know, every time I think about Lionsbridge, I just think about John just yelling "nerd" in the middle of our podcast.
Right, John Mars.
And I was just
gosh.
oh my god.
So last year we had instead of being the team bringing the bigger team in, we were the bigger team going to Lionsbridge for an exhibition game. And when we went there we did an interview with some of the supporters of Lionsbridge, and in the middle of the interview, John Mars walks in and yells "Nerds!" So yeah, you can hear that.
And it was like a good 5-second pause, and we all just looked at each other and was like,
"What just happened?"
Right. And John was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know y'all was recording." Like, it's okay, John.
Yeah, I still have to get revenge on the Lionsbridge communication staff who beat me in Connect 4 very publicly over Twitter. So, I got to get them back.
I do.
Woo! Woo! Yeah, we rung the post there.
We can somewhat score against a Premier League team.
We proved that the next year because we tied one. Didn't we tie 1-1 against West Brom?
I can't remember. That game honestly.
I think it was a 1-1 draw against West Brom.
I'm sure if you just give it a second, the private chat's going to pop up with an answer from Patrick.
Oh yeah. Patrick will give us the answer.
Everyone say hi, Patrick.
Well, so this actually is not the first watch along that you guys have done this season for the Kickers either.
We lost 2. Sorry.
Yeah, 2-1.
We scored.
We got to do the rewatch of the Henny Derby too. Back in March. That feels like a lifetime ago.
That was on Twitch.
Yeah, we did that one on Twitch. That was before we kind of figured out, what was going to be the platform that we wanted to use for doing live broadcasts and what kind of format we might want to do for an actual series. But definitely still a lot of fun. We basically got to do a live podcast for you guys there.
Yeah.
But I'll give you an opportunity to plug some of your stuff. What have you guys been doing since then?
You want to start or you want me?
Yeah, we started a new podcast.
Yeah.
It's called Can I Kick It? So this podcast, it focuses on I think the best way to describe it is the way Daryl described it when he interviewed us. The famous black players, coaches, and movers and shakers in the soccer world in history. We
got 5 episodes out so far. So we've done DeMarcus Beasley, we've done Crystal.
You guys got retweeted by DeMarcus Beasley too.
We did.
Yeah.
And also, we got a retweet by Wendy Renard as well, who we did.
Yeah.
How'd that feel when you check your phone and you just see like that the notification pop up? It was like, you've been retweeted by such and such, and you're like, what?
Yeah. So when I saw that, like, because I didn't see it. Elliot saw it first, and he sent me the screenshot, and I was like, what? Really? Oh God! I just went straight fanboy. I went real fanboy.
Yeah. I was like, yo, let me clean up my Twitter real quick. Yeah, that was dope to see. We have 2 more episodes coming out.
Yeah, who else have we done? We've done Lincoln Phillips, Wendy Renard, Crystal Dunn,
DeMarcus
Beasley,
and we had an interview with Rod Underwood.
Yes,
we've done those so far. We have another interview coming out with Donald Wine, who is the VP of American Outlaws, and he's also Donald Wine.
Yeah, I actually interact with him because he writes for SB Nation too. So we're in the general chat together.
Oh yeah, yo, he's an amazing guy. I love Donald so much. And we also we have one show we're gonna drop on Monday is that interview with Donald, and then a show we did on Ian Wright.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, that one. We went way deep.
Yeah, we went deep with Ian Wright because that was.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot, and he has a very, very inspirational and interesting story.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a half second to give Arsenal just a smidge of praise. That I think it was their kit reveal last year that they did with Ian Wright was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what does it mean to be from North London? I was like, this nails it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's not a.
Oh, yeah. No. Ian Wright is. In my eyes, because I always tell people, yes, I'm a Manchester United fan, but I'm a fan of the game first. And that's why at this point right now, even though it hurts me to say it, I enjoy watching Liverpool.
You don't have to say.
You really
but I mean, at the end of the day, Ian Wright is one of those guys. In my eyes, he's Mr. Arsenal. Like the way he represented that team and what he has done since, he's just.
Yeah. I mean, really, like the whole premise of us doing Can I Kick It, like the Black History podcast, is of course to like educate people on players that you know, but also players that you might not have heard of, or also get to know their story.
Yeah.
But it's like, even though we're learning about these players as well, so it's like all of us are taking this journey to get to know more about this player, like, you know, DeMarcus Beasley having a car moment, or Wendy Renard being rejected from 3 teams before she ended up at Olympique Lyonnais, or, you know, Crystal Dunn going into Jordan mode when she didn't make the 2015 World Cup roster. You know, things like that, those stories that you don't hear about, it's always great to hear those inspirational stories. But I can't wait to get back to doing pre- and post-game analysis with my man here for Richmond Kickers.
Yeah, I'm chomping at the bit to get back into doing those.
Yeah. Well, you've got 7 days if you want to, you know, get prepared for that first like preview one.
Put a countdown.
Right. We can't wait. We're actually, I think we're going to be doing a preview episode on Thursday.
Yeah, we're going to try and get one done.
We're going to try and get one done on Thursday. We got, you know, get the cobwebs dusted off.
Yeah,
get back in the flow of it.
Yeah,
I think we're going to try and do one more Can I Kick It episode.
Yeah.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
Say shot. Oh.
Normally Deli puts that in.
I think that was that Yardley? No. Yeah.
I saw 7 on the back. Oh yeah, that was late. Jason.
Came in late.
Yeah, I love that you guys are, especially like obviously River City 93, kind of more branded towards following the Kickers as well. So having that opportunity to, you know, talk about some other things soccer related, especially since there hasn't been a lot to talk about. And especially I just think for the most part, people don't necessarily realize is certainly like when you go through the youth soccer ranks too, and just kind of how sports and everything in general are in the U.S., you tend to see, more white players playing in youth soccer, whereas, a lot more like black kids are tending to play, basketball, football, that kind of stuff. But like, there's a huge population of people that play soccer too that just don't get that recognition I think that they deserve. So I think it's really, really cool that you guys are doing this history podcast and just showing that off to people. It's like, yeah, DeMarcus Beasley is a legend. And if you don't know, like, you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, man. Like,
yeah. And I mean, that was the biggest thing. I mean, for me, growing up and also coaching, I've always noticed that within youth soccer, whenever you see a black kid, he's probably an African immigrant or a Caribbean immigrant. He's not an African American.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just seeing that, like, why aren't there more African Americans, Black Americans in that youth soccer realm, especially when they have so many heroes to look up to. When you look at the likes of DeMarcus Beasley, you look at the likes of Eddie Pope, of Kobe Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's one of those things. Zach Thornton, I remember him in goal for USA. Was a great goalie. So it's been a lot of fun too, and I've actually learned a lot about some of these players, things that I didn't even know. So for me, it was like, oh wow, that's awesome, that's cool.
Yeah,
but we're not gonna just limit it to players and coaches. We're gonna branch off into a bunch. We're gonna try. I mean, the sky's the limit with this.
Yeah,
with this
I think
podcast.
I think we compiled a list of players, coaches, teams, and I think we have like one or two moments, but like the list is like almost hitting like 100 people.
Yeah,
like it's deep.
Yeah, we're gonna be going for a while before we start thinking. All right, come up with new ideas. We got a long way to go before we get there.
I mean, that like the Dutch national team from the 80s, right there, you've got like so many good options that you could talk about.
Exactly. Yes.
And that was one of the ones we were thinking about too. Like, doing like that Ajax team and like kind of pulling that team apart and looking at it. Also like the French team of 2018.
Yeah,
because that team, I give a lot of credit to, because that team caught a lot of African Americans' attention. Because a lot of my friends were hitting me up and be like, "Yo, this French team is all black."
Yeah,
like,
basically,
for the most part, yeah, they are black, and they're really good,
pretty much.
Yep.
And moments like that of people catching, people's attention like that, is something we can't wait to speak on about.
Yeah, I think just raising the awareness and more visibility, like it's going to continue that momentum that U.S. soccer's having across all walks of life. This is a sport that I think a lot everybody likes. It's one of those things that we just have to keep growing it and all these organic grassroots ways here in the U.S. so that way it becomes just as popular as all the other major sports.
Yeah, I know 2017 was a really crappy moment in like U.S. soccer because, of course, we missed the World Cup and stuff like that.
But it was necessary.
Yeah,
I feel it was necessary.
I think that moment by itself opened the door for people to get more educated about the game of soccer and not just look at it like, you just passively watch it.
Yeah,
like how you passively watch football.
I just watch soccer when the World Cup is on.
Yeah, it made people more invested. Obviously, there's been more of a movement to more local soccer and getting more invested into your local team. But then also, it's weird to say, like, you had like a big podcast boom.
Yeah.
And more people, like us, for instance, I mean, I credit our show to that boom, because if that moment doesn't happen, we probably don't sit there and create River City 93 because no one is covering our team,
Yeah. Oh, well, so Matt Myers, yeah, we can definitely put that on the list.
We welcome all suggestions.
Yeah,
if you have anyone you want us to cover, please hit us up and let us know.
I mean, with regards to African teams, you could put Senegal in there, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Ghana. That Ghana team that had been a thorn in USA's side until Clint Dempsey's 30-second goal.
Yep, deuce.
Yeah,
That team, man, that Ghana team was
that's more John and all of them. And,
that
gosh.
team brings back memories, yo.
Yeah, and so I mean, Nigeria, of course, also a big giant in Africa.
Nigeria in 2018 was so much fun to watch.
Oh my goodness!
Yo,
just oral history on the kit, like
yeah,
I think it was perfection.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I really think 2018 Senegal kit with like the basically the
it's not touching
the shadow of the lion on the front. I'm sorry, that was to me.
It's not touching that Nigerian kit. That Nigerian kit where I remember, yo, that day on Twitter when they did the whole press release on the home away kits and the jerseys. Best kits for that World Cup, man.
They were tough. They were really good looking.
They were good. Like they were.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. I remember, yo, I wanted to buy a jersey, and they were like, the wait time on it was 4 months.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, for me, I think that World Cup, the 3 best jerseys were Nigeria, Senegal, and strangely Germany. Germany's kit was
see what
nice.
Bass said? I would.
How long you record about those Ghana teams? Oh yeah, I know. It's a sore spot for US fans, but I mean, we always need to accept the down times in our history and look at them.
Yep. I mean, I'm thinking about the 2018 World Cup, man. The Nigeria kit was dope.
The Germany kit was sick. The Senegal kit was sick.
Who else had a dope jersey that year?
It was disappointing that Germany looked so good while not looking so good that World Cup.
Exactly. Yeah, that is weird. Like,
hey, look, gave us a World Cup where humanity reached a new level of greatness, where we were able to create a human earthquake in Mexico. The Mexicans actually created a man-made earthquake, and that's match.
Like after an exhibition game like this, like how do you feel after a game like that?
I mean,
you can't be mad because you're like, oh, this game doesn't count for anything, but you're mad because you're like, I lost 4-0.
I'm going to tell you something. This game, I really think that 3-0 loss didn't tell the story of the game, because the kickers were more in this game than the score suggests.
If you add like 3 inches to every player on the Richmond kickers, this game was probably a lot better.
You add 3 inches on each player, this game is 0-0 or maybe 1-0 to the kickers. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, they were in the game. It was level. You know, it's just Crystal Palace put away chances.
Yeah, it's a cliche, but it's the coach speak where it's like they took their chances and we didn't. You know, we had the shot there that he's turning around on it, 50-50 shot that goes in the net, and all of a sudden it's a completely different game. So, you know, I certainly just watching it, kickers definitely held their own against a Premier League team. And so I think you got to feel encouraged by it when you're watching it. And then, of course, you're absolutely just buzzing when you're in a full stadium like that, just watching soccer. Even if your team doesn't win, like you still are like riding on that high of just being around the audience. Like, you know, overall, it's just a great feeling. It's fun just going to a live soccer match. And when you know it doesn't hurt on the USL table, then it's easier to swallow too.
Yeah, it is. It is.
If I wasn't Richmond Kickers player this time, I would have been asking for a jersey swap.
Oh, I would definitely have been asking for a jersey swap as a Kickers player. And this is one thing that I'm glad that, you know, has always been the case with the Kickers. Is that Kalunji?
I can't tell.
Is that Kalunji all changed up already? Yeah, this is one thing I've always loved about the Kickers is that on every game, except there was that one game where was it Buelow or what? No. It was Lee. It was Buelow who just brought those boys back to the locker room. He said, "Get over here." I
think it was the North Texas game. The game where Pepe had his own personal hat trick.
Yeah, when Pepe, I remember that game. That was the only time I remember the Kickers players not coming over to the Red Army and, you know, having a moment with us because Buelow was like, we need to talk now. I was like, oh, okay.
But if you were to ask anyone, I think if you ask them like, give me one part of Richmond Kickers tradition, I think it is the fact that the players walk over to the supporter section at the end of the game.
Yes.
Because I remember like we had a couple of friends from Atlanta, they're Atlanta United fans, and they were saying how even though like they support the team, they're in the supporters group like that, like access to the players like hard.
Mm-hmm.
And even though like the players will go over there, the players don't really talk to the supporters.
Yeah.
They kind of just take them and then walk off.
Well, I mean, we have that luxury of being a small team.
Yeah.
Because you imagine at maybe Old Trafford or at the Camp Nou, the players
like
going
to
the fan, like that fan base is way too big for you to try and do that.
Yeah. Maybe like DC United, you know, the corner.
Yeah. They can't go over to Barra Brava and be like, oh, hey, no.
But I don't know how we made it all the way to the final whistle without me bringing up my former employer. But certainly if I were to make that comparison, I think that's what makes the kicker special is that connection. I think that the Red Army and that the fans have to the team, you know, win or lose at the end of the day, like we're still meeting each other at the end of the game and, you know, exchanging pleasantries and just getting to know each other. And it just makes it such a, you know, familial atmosphere. And it's super great. It's something I didn't really get to see when I was at Penn FC. And so finally coming back to the Kickers, you know, it's just something very special, I think, that we have in that connection. And it's something that, you know, we never want to lose, and we're always going to continue building it.
Yeah, no, it's dope to see when you have that level of connection. I think like one of the coolest pictures I got is the picture of me and you, Matt Mars is in the background just talking to Aquay.
Yeah,
like we're just sitting there just talking, like just joking and laughing. It's dope to see.
Yeah, and also have a memory of last year, having a picture with like after a game with Cluey. Adrian Clulo, who's the goalkeeper coach.
Yep.
And Braden Troyer and my son. And like I think Cluey was actually holding my son. Yeah. So just on that level of personality, that level of you know, intimacy with the fan, between the fan base and the players, is the players and the coaching staff and just the kickers in general, is it's awesome. It's something special. It really is.
Well, and of course, you guys got to hoist the trophy that we won last year too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Picture.
Yeah, that was dope to do.
From a marketing perspective, that was really nice when it was craft beer night, and I was like, everybody get your cups. It's that picture of you guys holding up the Bon Secours cup. So
yeah,
shout outs. I hope Greenville's ready because we're supposed to play them several times this season, so they don't want the smoke.
Interesting.
Oh yeah,
4 times. I mean, I can guarantee you by game 3 there's going to be a red card.
Oh yeah. It's gonna get real heated.
Like game 3 is going to be a red card. You're going to get tired of playing the same team.
Yeah. Well, we're certainly looking forward to it. Hoping to have some more information for fans in the very, very near future. But at the very least, right now, what I can tell you, next Saturday, 8:00. You're going to watch the Richmond Kickers play a live soccer game. So as much fun as the Déjà Roo has been, mercifully, you don't have to look at my ugly mug anymore. We can actually watch live soccer, talk about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. River City 93 is going to have you covered for all your pregame, postgame needs, analysis, everything. So, Elliot, Chenier, you got anything you'd like to plug real quick before we wrap up?
You can just follow our podcast at River City 93 on Twitter, Instagram. Like I said, we got a couple of episodes dropping on Monday, and then our preview of South Georgia dropping on Thursday. So just keep an eye out for those. And as always, wherever you listen to our podcast at, just leave us a 5-star review and share it with someone else.
Yeah, and check out Can I Kick It? Check out the Can I Kick It podcast. It's a fun little bit of history, and don't worry, it's not like a history lecture. We don't go into and in 1965 this played. No, it's interactive. You'll love it. We focus a lot on the nuances, style of play, the funny little anecdotes about the different players. So it's a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in.
Yep. And I guess one of these days I'll have to see if I can pop on the podcast. We'll finally do that soccer episode for Space Jam.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that works. That works with us, man.
Yeah, who's getting their powers drained into a soccer ball for the Martians? Got to listen to the podcast to find out.
We have to get 11. No, that's be harder than Space Jam. Space Jam, they only needed 5. We need 11.
Yeah, there's going to be some whittling down there because we're going to get to like that. You know, you've got your shoe-ins, obviously, and then you start to get to about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like, all right, guys, who are we fitting in here? We're running out of space.
Yeah, someone's going to be cut off. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Probably be a Liverpool player. But anyway, River City 93, guys. My name is Nathan Heichel. It's been a pleasure having you for the 6th edition of Déjà Roo. Looking forward to bringing this back for a second season, but not too soon because we're going to play a real season of soccer real soon. So until then, keep it locked to Richmond Kickers on all their social media accounts. We got you squared away. And until then, see you next time.
See ya.
See ya.
When building our home, I knew that the stone was going to be the absolute foundation to our house. I knew it needed to be durable, but also I wanted it to be beautiful. I love working with Absolute Stone Design because their customer service is top-notch, their staff is super friendly, and most of all, they truly care.
Come explore Absolute Stone Design's reimagined showroom, featuring our all-new shower and flooring galleries. No dream home is complete without Absolute Stone Design.
Most auto insurers love when you have 2 cars, and they love it even more when you have a driveway full, because they get to charge you more. At Elephant Insurance, we believe the more cars you have, the more you save. We call it the Elephant Multi-Car Discount. It's like buying in bulk, and you can save up to 25%. Take control of your car insurance. Quote online today and see what you can save at elephant.com.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Bon Secours, healthcare for the universe of you.